There are sacred moments in life when emotions surge so powerfully that standard vocabulary fails, moments when feelings become too immense for a journal and too nuanced to be captured by everyday language. This is the precise space where music takes flight and becomes a bridge between the heart and the world. Songwriting, much like pouring out your soul in a private diary, often demands solitude and a quiet place to let the mind unravel. For countless artists, it is a fiercely private journey, one that reflects the complex, unbreakable dynamics of a family. Gloria Gaither once drew this very parallel, comparing it to her own challenging relationship with her brother. Despite the intense periods of strain and difficulty they endured, he remained her brother, a fundamental truth that nothing could ever erase. In the same profound way, regardless of the trials faced, the bonds of family always endure, holding people together even through storms of disagreement and hardship. For decades, Bill Gaither has stood as a towering, almost mythic figure in gospel music. With his timeless and iconic songs, he hasn't just entertained audiences. He has indelibly touched millions of lives and inspired multiple generations. But operating silently behind his monumental success was a figure of equally vital importance, his wife, Gloria Gaither. Gloria was not only his steadfast partner in life, but also a profoundly gifted lyricist and the quiet yet undeniable powerhouse of their shared ministry. Today, at 83 years old, Gloria has begun to shatter her lifelong silence, unveiling a series of deeply moving and heartbreaking confessions that have brought many of their most dedicated fans to tears. Through grueling illness, profound loss, and countless private battles, she has stood unbowed, but not without visible scars. The burning question that now hangs in the air is, what devastating secrets has she carried all these years? And why, at this stage of her life, has she finally chosen to reveal her truth? This is the definitive story of Bill and Gloria Gaither, told in a way that plunges deeper and is more revealing than it has ever been before. Bill and Gloria Gaither are universally recognized as one of the most successful and most influential duos in the history of gospel music, not just as captivating performers, but as prolific songwriters and shrewd entrepreneurs. Their massive catalog of beloved hymns and their visionary business ventures cemented their status as a true power couple. Yet, as is often the case with any couple under a relentless spotlight, their decades-long journey was far from a seamless ascent. Fame within the gospel industry was never simply given. It was a prize earned through relentless resilience, unshakable faith, and immeasurable personal sacrifice, the kind that is rarely seen by the public eye. Now, Gloria has courageously opened up about the numerous debilitating health struggles that both she and Bill have privately weathered. Struggles so serious they left their legions of fans shaken, deeply concerned, and profoundly moved. Gloria's transparency about her health battles dates back to her youth. Since her teenage years, she has carried persistent physical burdens that never truly dissipated. As a young woman, she was struck down by tuberculosis, an affliction that necessitated agonizingly long periods of hospitalization. While she survived, the illness inflicted lasting and irreversible damage on her respiratory system, chronic problems she continues to manage even today. Later, as Bill's wife and creative partner, Gloria faced down two monumental health crises, breast cancer and Lyme disease. These major health battles tested the limits of both her physical body and the very foundation of her marriage. Together, she and Bill navigated these storms, but not without intense strain and utter exhaustion. Despite these harsh physical limitations, Gloria refused to be silenced, pressing on and deliberately adapting her writing process and performance style to accommodate what her body could handle. Over the years, deeply worrying rumors circulated that Gloria had suffered a stroke, triggering widespread public alarm. The couple eventually addressed these fears directly, clarifying that while she had indeed faced severe health issues, her condition remained relatively stable. But just as Gloria appeared to stabilize, the couple was hit with another devastating blow. Bill himself was diagnosed with serious heart disease. This was an especially difficult chapter for them as an elderly couple, forcing them to completely and radically reshape their entire lifestyle. They began focusing with renewed intensity on diet, health, and mutual care. At one point, disturbing reports suggested that Bill's health was deteriorating so severely that retirement might be entirely unavoidable. Although he and Gloria never definitively confirmed a complete retirement, it became painfully clear that he would have to drastically reevaluate his public commitments. Still, they are not a couple who surrenders easily. With a shared, fierce determination, they completely transformed their diet, adopting a strict plant-based regimen rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. They committed to regular, disciplined exercise routines. Their collective resilience became a living testament not only to their powerful faith but also to their enduring deep love for one another. Even when staring down the face of sickness, they provided their fans with a vivid demonstration of the strength of their marital bond and their steely resolve to keep their ministry moving forward. However, health struggles were not the only formidable battles the Gaithers were forced to face. Their lifelong journey was also painfully marked by a sequence of profound personal losses and grueling emotional challenges that left deep, enduring scars. Over the decades, Bill and Gloria were forced to mourn the deaths of many close friends and influential musical collaborators, people who had been an essential, inseparable part of their traveling ministry. In 2002, they bid a heartbreaking farewell to Howard "Happy" Goodman, a legendary gospel singer and cherished friend. Bill honored his memory by performing one of Howard's favorite songs at the funeral, a deeply emotional and raw gesture that underscored just how central Howard had been to the entire gospel community. Then in 2005, another devastating blow landed with the passing of George Yunt, the beloved bass singer of the Cathedral Quartet. His death struck the Gaithers particularly hard, as George was not just a close collaborator but a dearly held family friend. These were not merely personal losses, they were profound professional fissures. Many of these departed friends had been central anchoring figures in the Gaithers' legendary Homecoming series, a project that successfully united countless gospel voices in fellowship and song. Each passing meant losing not just a companion, but a tangible piece of the powerful movement they had meticulously built together. Alongside this relentless cycle of grief, the Gaithers also fiercely battled their own acute emotional struggles. Both were frequently plagued by writer's block, overwhelming discouragement, and agonizing periods of doubt, internal battles that can be just as painful and paralyzing as physical illness or loss. Gloria has often admitted how profoundly vulnerable she felt during the songwriting process, especially when her most intimate personal lyrics were met with criticism or misunderstanding. These moments of exposure could be overwhelming, and in her revealing book, Because He Lives, she candidly described the immense difficulty of sharing such raw, unprotected emotions with a public audience. She explained that putting her heart on paper and then presenting it to the world required a bravery she didn't always feel she possessed. Yet she found strength by learning to surrender her fears to God, even when it meant courageously laying her heart bare in front of millions who might not fully understand the depth of what she was expressing. Bill, too, was far from immune to self-doubt. In fact, there were challenging times when he questioned whether he possessed the true gifting necessary to be a gospel singer at all. These deep insecurities weighed heavily on him, but paradoxically, they pushed him to lean more heavily on songwriting. That decision became a pivotal turning point, one that in hindsight proved to be among the most successful and life-defining moments he would ever experience. With Gloria's tireless support and her lyrical genius guiding him, Bill composed some of the greatest, most enduring songs in Christian music history, including immortal classics like Because He Lives and He Touched Me. Their remarkable ability to channel sorrow, knowing fear, and paralyzing doubt into breathtaking music is precisely what injected such raw power into their songs. Fans didn't just hear aesthetically beautiful melodies. They heard the raw, resonant story of a couple who had suffered, endured, and leaned desperately on their faith. This profound, undeniable authenticity is what initially drew people to them, and what continues to keep their expansive legacy vividly alive. It is dangerously easy to look at the Gaithers' phenomenal success today and naively assume their path was frictionless. But like the majority of professional musicians, their early years were completely saturated with daunting financial struggles and bitter disappointments. Gloria has spoken openly and poignantly about the crushing difficulties they faced, especially throughout the 1,950 seconds when Bill's ambitious musical dreams appeared to be failing to materialize financially. In a pivotal moment in August 1955, after pouring years of his life, heart, and soul into a gospel group, Bill faced the brutal realization that he was not achieving the financial sustainability he desperately needed. Audiences were often unreceptive, the travel was exhausting, and the meager money earned was simply not enough to sustain him. Out of sheer necessity, he was forced to leave the group and return to a regular job at Cox's grocery store in Anderson, Indiana. Though painful, this decision served as an honest reminder that relentlessly chasing an artistic dream often comes at the direct cost of essential financial stability. During these lean years, both Bill and Gloria worked full-time as high school teachers to support their growing family. Their teaching jobs provided not only a steady, reliable income but also unexpected creative inspiration. Interacting with students and expertly balancing their demanding dual roles as educators and musicians gave them insights that profoundly shaped their future songwriting. But financial struggle was only one towering obstacle. The Gaithers also faced significant resistance and skepticism from certain traditional factions of the Christian community. Their innovative, progressive approach, mixing timeless gospel themes with decidedly modern sounds, was not always welcomed. In 1968, a major embarrassing incident occurred when a prominent college publicly banned its students from attending a Gaither Trio concert. The conservative administration dismissed their music as worldly, costing them not only a significant audience but also credibility within influential circles. Yet Bill and Gloria resolutely pressed forward. They possessed an unyielding belief in their spiritual calling and refused to compromise their artistic vision. Even when they were unable to afford rent and were living precariously paycheck to agonizing paycheck, their profound faith and powerful partnership kept them moving relentlessly forward. Eventually, their sheer perseverance began to pay extraordinary dividends. As the years progressed, the Gaithers smartly diversified their work. They courageously founded the Gaither Music Company, which quickly blossomed into a multifaceted enterprise encompassing record production, massive concert promotion, television broadcasts, and retail. This entrepreneurial spirit, combined with their unwavering commitment to ministry, eventually provided them with financial stability and dramatically expanded their influence far beyond music. Through every challenge, one guiding principle remained absolute and constant: Bill and Gloria's fierce devotion to their family. From the very outset of their marriage, they were forced to juggle countless responsibilities: teaching jobs, financial worries, intense songwriting, performing, and raising a family. Even at the absolute pinnacle of their careers, they never allowed their family to take a backseat. Their children became a vital source of grounding and creative inspiration, and balancing the demands of home life with the needs of their ministry evolved into both an immense challenge and an unexpectedly beautiful blessing. In many respects, their most resonant music reflected this balance, forged out of real life with all its struggles, faith, and love. In 1967, after 12 long, grueling years of juggling the immense responsibilities of teaching, music, and family life, Bill Gaither made a seismic, life-changing decision. He stepped away from his teaching career to dedicate himself entirely to music. Around the same time, Gloria voluntarily left her teaching position so she could fully devote herself to raising their daughter Suzanne while supporting their shared musical journey. For the Gaithers, family was never a cost to be sacrificed for success. It was, and remains, the unwavering core of their entire ministry. They frequently included their children in their projects and touring schedules, ensuring that even as their careers expanded, family time was never neglected. Their home base in Alexandria, Indiana, became more than just a residence. It was the creative crucible where they built and expanded their ministry. This arrangement allowed them to maintain a close-knit, intimate family environment while pursuing their rapidly growing influence in gospel music. Gloria, in one of her most vulnerable confessions, has spoken about the critical importance of nurturing personal relationships and finding joy in the ordinary moments of life. For her, true ministry begins at home, and investing in her family has always been just as significant as their public ministry. Still, even this devoted couple was not immune to challenges. The demanding requirements of constant touring, relentless recording, and perpetual public appearances forced them to meticulously plan every detail to ensure their family's needs were met. Their shared faith and profound commitment to each other became their ultimate source of resilience during these intense pressures. But what happens when those challenges are not just private struggles, but public scandals that threaten to permanently tarnish their meticulously built reputation? Back in 1971, Bill's music was nominated for the prestigious GMA Dove Awards, a moment that should have marked a highlight in his early career. However, a dark cloud of controversy soon followed and overshadowed the celebration. The Gospel Music Association ultimately nullified that year's awards after serious irregularities in the voting process were brought to light. While the primary controversy focused mainly on the Blackwood brothers, Bill was directly affected because he had won the title of Songwriter of the Year. This honor, one he genuinely earned, was something he was forced to relinquish once the results were voided. Whispers and rumors rapidly spread throughout the industry, speculating that Bill himself may have been involved in the voting irregularities. Although absolutely nothing was ever proven against him, losing the award was a significant, heavy blow both personally and professionally. Thankfully, his already impressive and established career helped him quickly recover from the setback, and the GMA later revised its voting procedures entirely to prevent similar issues from ever happening again. That particular scandal, however, took place decades ago. Today, Bill Gaither finds himself confronting fresh, deeply concerning allegations. this time related to alleged financial misconduct. Reports have surfaced suggesting he is currently under investigation for the misallocation of significant funds connected to his extensive gospel music enterprises. Some of these funds were allegedly intended for charitable purposes. Bill has vehemently denied any and all wrongdoing, and as of now, no formal charges have been filed. But with the ongoing media speculation swirling around him, many devoted fans are deeply worried about how this relentless scrutiny could affect his carefully guarded reputation, especially now that he and Gloria are older, more vulnerable, and facing this level of public inspection. For many of their most loyal supporters, the news has been truly heartbreaking. Scandals aside, Bill and Gloria have also consistently faced their fair share of pointed criticism, an unfortunate reality that often comes with being a visible, successful couple in ministry. One major recurring point of contention has been their groundbreaking Homecoming series. While beloved by millions, critics have frequently accused the series of being overly commercialized and even exclusionary. Some have claimed that certain artists were deliberately left out due to personal disagreements or because they did not sufficiently align with the Gaither brand's carefully crafted image. Instead of viewing the series as a pure ministry platform, critics argued that it operated too much like a rigid, profit-driven business. Additionally, the Gaithers' innovative approach to gospel music has raised serious concerns within more conservative Christian circles. They have always been open to blending traditional gospel with contemporary styles, a practice that has not sat well with some who feel it fundamentally compromises the purity of the gospel message. Another sensitive and divisive issue has been their association with certain controversial figures. Bill, for example, has been observed interacting with openly gay artists, a move that attracted sharp criticism from more traditional fundamentalist Christian groups. Beyond artistic choices, persistent rumors questioning the couple's honesty in their financial dealings and business relationships have lingered for years. Whispers of unconfirmed family issues and internal conflicts have circulated as well, drawing unwanted media attention. For some observers, this has been deeply puzzling. How could such a globally respected couple, with one of the most publicly admired love stories in all of Christian music, find themselves facing such constant controversy? The truth is that Bill and Gloria's enduring, beautiful love story has always stood as a powerful living counter-narrative to their critics. Their remarkable journey began in the early 1960s at Alexandria Monroe High School in Indiana, where they were both dedicated educators. Bill was teaching English literature, while Gloria was also deeply involved in the education department. Their immediate shared love for music and literature drew them together, sparking a deep romance that swiftly matured into a lifelong, profound partnership. On December 22, 1962, they married, beginning a union that seamlessly joined both their personal and professional dreams. At first, they balanced their full-time teaching jobs with their growing passion for songwriting and performing. For 5 demanding years, they lived within this rigorous balance, writing songs, recording music, and publishing work, all while teaching. By 1967, their music had gained enough momentum that they were finally able to dedicate themselves fully to their creative calling. Since that pivotal moment, they have co-written and produced more than 700 songs, including transcendent classics such as Because He Lives, He Touched Me, and There's Something About That Name. Their body of work, filled with heartfelt lyrics and powerful melodies, has touched audiences worldwide and earned them countless industry awards. Together, they also co-founded the globally recognized Gaither Vocal Band and the now legendary Homecoming series, projects that not only enriched gospel music but also built a powerful sense of community among artists and fans. Much of Bill's incredible, sustained success is directly tied to Gloria's unwavering support throughout their decades of partnership. She has been his rock both emotionally and professionally. When Bill faced serious health challenges, especially heart-related issues, Gloria stepped up even more strongly. She supported him emotionally and encouraged vital lifestyle changes like healthier eating and regular exercise, efforts that aided his recovery and strengthened their bond. Despite the strength of their marriage, unsettling rumors of divorce once briefly spread, leaving fans worried. But these claims were quickly proven false. Their marriage, rooted in shared Christian values and deep trust, has gracefully withstood the test of time. Gloria has been not only a partner in love but also an equal partner in creativity, writing lyrics, narrating, scripting, performing, and singing. Her extraordinary gift with words, combined with Bill's musical talent, created a duo admired by millions. Even during the darkest moments of personal loss and emotional struggle, Gloria's resilience and faith became their anchor. She possesses a rare ability to transform grief into creativity, producing songs that have comforted countless people facing similar pain.